Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, bringing you Act 3, Chapter 1 of my Bulletstorm very hard difficulty video walkthrough. And this one's called One Sniper Means a Dozen. So let's have a look where we are. We've just slid down the rope. We're running through another cave system, or some subterranean area. And right now, don't worry about enemies or anything along those lines, because there's nothing to really kill in this section. It's just going to be another one of the timed escapes. So just look at the lovely lighting and the lovely textures, and just move your ass through this area. And I was just watching a YouTube video in between these commentaries, and it was a future weapons video by the Discovery Channel, and it was for something called the Tavor assault rifle. And I was like, whoa, I've never heard of that assault rifle before, so I'll bang it on and have a look to see if it's some really cool looking new gun that we might be seeing in something like Modern Warfare 3 or something like that. And it turns out it's the fucking TAR. It's just what the acronym means, and I didn't realise. And I remember using that gun on Rainbow Six 1 because it was one of the most accurate assault rifles on the game. But yeah, apparently TAR stands for the Tavor assault rifle, and I didn't know that, so you learn something new every day. But just look at this game, man. This game is lovely, and even though you're literally running down corridors and dealing with dudes in skillful ways that generally amount to 3 or 4 different moves and different enemy placements, you still can't get away from the fact that this game looks so beautiful. It just completely disguises that you're doing these 3 binary things. It's so beautiful. Look at that sky. That sky is pure sex. I love it. And we're going to be going towards that dam, as you can see up there with those big wheels, because that's where this act ends once we've fully got up there. But right now, I have the ability to buy thumpers. I can also purchase the bone duster, which is the shotgun if I want to. But as you can see, I'm just going to be making sure that my guns have ammo, and making sure that I have max thumpers, because I'm going to need them coming up in the next few chapters. And that right there is a warning saying that there's going to be creeps. And what creeps are, they're kind of like Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, only they're not 9 foot and retarded. They wear people's faces on their faces, so they're completely covered in human flesh. And they generally look like hoodies and like really scrawny looking dudes. They actually remind me of Scourge off Gears of War 2, you know, because it's the same engine and it's got the same aesthetics. It's just they don't have dreadlocks, obviously. And what they are is, they're an enemy that you can't kick and that you can't leash. But to get around that problem, if you do the double tap A, you'll dash into them and then you can kick them and leash them. And I'm simulating oral sex here with my best buddy. And that's the only way around it, basically. If you do the dash into them when you're crouched and you kick them up into the air, you can do what you want with them. But before that, they will dodge it every time almost. So I would implore you to just shoot them and get rid of them as quickly as you can, because this enemy is probably the worst enemy on the game, in my opinion, just purely because they're fast, they hurt, and you can't leash them. So look, I go to kick him and he dodges me. The luxury is, because they are so fast, they're kind of weak to damage, so if you do the bullet kick to them where you slide into them, or the bullet slide, sorry, you can generally take their head off really quickly. And right now I'm in a world of shit, but luckily enough the head pops off and I get saved, and Ishii's actually doing something, but he's not doing much, so slide, then headshot. See what I mean? It seems to be a lot more effective than it is against the skulls, so that's why I would definitely say use when you're in close quarters with these guys, unless you're using something like the flail gun or the shotgun. So before you move on, if you run down here, there's another one of those little ammo caches, and they will see they're giving me ammunition for the flail gun, which is always cool because this gun is so much fun to use. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm just going to reiterate now because it's a little further in. I would definitely say pick 3 weapons that you like on this game and just focus on making sure that they're fully equipped at all times. And make sure you've got a diverse bunch of weapons, because if you're packing 3 guns that are almost identical, like if you're packing the sniper and the penetrator and the pistol, you've got nothing that can handle large groups really. So make sure you've got a nice spread of, you know, close range, long range, and, you know, multi-purpose stuff. Me personally, I generally move towards using the flail gun, the sniper rifle, and the carbine, because the carbine is the Swiss Army knife of this game. The sniper is good for their heavies and it's good for long range, and the flail gun is good for groups and it's good for heavies as well. But as you move through this sequence, as you can see, there is a lot of explosive devices littered around, so use them to your advantage. But just be careful, because they move a lot, these creeps, and they're extremely accurate when they want to be. And because you don't have that added bonus of being able to use your leash to them and just pull them towards you, you've got to push to them. And when you're pushing forward on this game is when you're at your most exposed. So just take your time, play it intelligently, and you'll either grow to enjoy fighting these enemies or grow to hate them. And when I got stuck on a moment when I had no ammo and there were a ton of these dudes and I couldn't leash them or anything, it really pissed me off. Well, I'm going to tell you what that section is, I'm going to tell you how to deal with it, and you're not going to have the same problems I did. But right now, we're being introduced to the snipers. And the snipers can fire surprisingly quickly. What will happen is the first shot generally puts you to red life, it'll actually put you to almost dead mode. And if you get hit again, you're pretty much fucked. But, oh, I tell a lie, there you go. It's telling me to take cover. I don't quite have the blood on my screen, which means I can probably take another shot. But I wouldn't risk it because they're so damaging. And just listen how quick he's firing. It's literally bang, bang, bang. So they can full-on quickscope your tits off if you don't know what you're doing. And that is the worst part about the flail gun. Did you see what just happened then? My aim was bang on that enemy, and I fired it, and for some reason it got stuck on a wall to the left of where my reticle was. And it does it all the time. And the second to last video I've got, or the last few videos of this walkthrough, I was actually recording when my girlfriend was here, and I was getting so mad I had to turn it off and just like chill out with my girlfriend because that gun kept fucking missing. I kept being bang on dudes and it kept missing. But this is the sniper rifle, and a couple of tips for this gun. When you fire it at dudes, because you can control it, they always evade, so the best thing to do is to go for body shots, because if you go for headshots you probably will miss unless you get either lucky or you're very good at predicting animations. Another thing to bear in mind is you can press B when you're guiding the bullet, and if you do it from the very first second you start guiding the bullet, it's almost an instant hit, and it'll work almost every time. Which is kind of weird, because if you didn't guide the bullet, the enemies wouldn't get the fuck out of the way, which is silly. Another strategy for the sniper rifle, if you're aiming at a dude and you aim for somebody else that's in blue, which is the guy you're not locked onto, they will never evade the bullet because they don't know it's coming to them. The only problem is there's a pretty bullshit radius on the bullet, so when you go a little off target, it just finishes the animation and speeds everything up, and there's not a lot you can do. And it's really frustrating, but you get used to it once you've used it a while, and I would definitely say keep it in your inventory for the rest of the game, because you can two-shot kill every single heavy on this game on very hard difficulty. It's pretty challenging to do, but it can be done. And how you do it is, you throat shot them, you gag reflex them, and the first throat shot will stun the heavy into doing his flailing mode, where you can pull his head off, pull his helmet off. The second shot, if you hit him in the throat, will kill him, and it is a 2-bullet kill every time. It's just very fussy on the hit detection to pull it off, and unfortunately on this entire run I think I only do it once, but on the first playthrough of the game that is what I was doing to almost every heavy, because I was getting really lucky apparently. Also, a good feature of the sniper rifle is if you fire it at the heavy dudes, it will almost every time put them into a stun if you hit them in the head or neck area. So that's another great use of it. And the secondary function enables you to detonate the bullets as you're guiding them, so you can get a nice area of effect, and that's good on almost any enemy. And this section now is just introducing you to the controls of the sniper rifle and to these enemies. So just use these crates for cover, guide your bullets, and just don't stay out in the open too long, because these guys will tag you. They don't care who the fuck you are, they will murder you, and they'll murder you very quickly. So look with your aim, as soon as you get the red, press the trigger, and I don't know what happened there, that was miles away. But that dude's tagging me, so I need to kill him quickly, and luckily enough, he gets a nice bullet sandwich. But let your life regenerate and then push forward, and the next 3 sections is all snipers. So you're not going to have any enemies really rushing you, it's just going to be a ton of snipers, and then it's going to be a combination of the creeps and the creep snipers. So if you thought it was getting boring just killing the skull dudes and the dudes that ran at you, you've got a nice little enemy change here and a nice environment change to do it in, so fingers crossed you're still enjoying the game, because I don't care who you are, if you don't find this game fun, there's probably something missing from your life, because there's just a guilty pleasure at doing the things you do on this game. And I was actually playing Anarchy mode with a couple of friends before I tried the single player, because they lured me into it before I could get anywhere on the game, and I was just laughing. every single thing we were doing, I was laughing, and it just kind of dawned on me that I shouldn't be having this much fun dismembering all these dudes this way, but I totally am, and it's just one of those completely innocent games. You see, right then, if I'd have pressed B, it would have gone for the tank, but I didn't, because I'm a retard. And that's bullshit, that should have hit him. But this is an interesting moment, this, because I thought originally you had to get rid of all the snipers. But you'll see, I kill a few of them, and then we push up automatically, and I think there's still about 2 of them left. Which is weird. But that's just because they're in really good cover, and this bullet is a pain in the ass to navigate, because sometimes it's really overly sensitive. Look at him. Look at that. He cancelled his climbing animation just to dodge my bullet. What a wanker. That's the kind of douchebags that you're dealing with on this game. But I think I get an interesting... I would say it's a no-scope. It's an interesting shot, I'll say that much. I'm getting tagged now. And if you sit behind this, it doesn't look like it would be good cover, but it is, apparently. So let's have a look what we're doing. Press B. There you go. That's when you cancel the animation. That's when you get an almost perfect shot. That dude got away again. What a dick.
Let's get out of here.
It's like a bunny rabbit. But we're coming to the end of this video, guys. So once again, thanks for watching my stuff. Stay with it. I hope you're enjoying it, and you take care now.